Right, let's do it. My name is Adam Turton and I am CEO at Elite Group. I joined Elite in 2004 at the age of 22, so that's 19 years ago. My first role at Elite was working in the sales department, essentially dialing for dollars. Starting at the beginning, I never had any plans to be in business. There was never any real passion or desire to get involved in any kind of business. My kind of career plan from a young age was very focused on competitive sport. I was completely convinced I was going to be a professional rugby player in my youth. At the time of joining Elite, I think they'd been trading roughly around 4 years, but they quickly progressed from being a start-up to being an established small business and a very entrepreneurial business. I moved from sales quickly into finance, where I got to grips with sales ledger clerking, purchase ledger clerking, credit control, management accounts. I then moved into the billing department, which is pretty complex in a communications and technology business. And every time I would change roles and move, I'd get a deeper understanding of the business, and I was able to take on more responsibility and essentially make more decisions. It really like connecting the dots as I'd move through each department. So I actively get involved in supporting with acquisitions from a due diligence and an integration point of view, and all aspects of business development. And then really the promotions and the progression came pretty thick and fast after that. So I was made a director of Elite Group. I went on to become the sales director. Fast forward 3 years and we're sat here now and I've been appointed as CEO of the organisation. My children, Charlie and Harry, easy. I've always followed and been inspired by Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, mainly for their hard work and obsession and high performance. But for slightly different reasons, I'd say that my hero is my dad. He taught me how to be a good man, and he taught me the value of family so that I can pay that forward to my children and my family now. So my hero would have to be my dad. I strongly believe the best is yet to come. I think the best project will be the project I'm undertaking now as CEO, leading the business into the future. Very fortunate to be given the opportunity to fail and make mistakes without judgment and consequences, having the resilience to keep going and never quit, no matter how difficult it might get. I would say they're probably the recipe really for the core characteristics that have stood me in good stead really. I'm reading the business book called Traction by Gino Wickman, really good. I'm rereading Good to Great by Jim Collins, global bestseller, really good business book. I'm also reading Start With Why by Simon Sinek, big fan, big advocate of Simon Sinek. I mean, for fun, it's really just about time with family. So spending time with my wife and children and friends and family, and then try and get a little bit of an escape to the golf course here and there will be what I do for fun. My wife, default answer every time. She's very intelligent and has excellent taste. She'll love that. So I go with exercise. I've never felt worse after exercise. I always feel better. So I'm a big advocate of healthy body, healthy mind, good habits, disciplines, routines. So I'd have to go with exercise, topped up with a bit of caffeine. I can play the guitar badly, and I've been known to sing every now and again, and at specific events I will just grab the microphone unprompted and burst into song. My greatest strength is that I am acutely aware of my weaknesses, and I do have a talent for surrounding myself with people far better than me. So I would probably summarise that greatest strength as self-awareness. I think there's two that come to mind. So the first one is advice that the owner and founder of Elite Group, Matt Ewing, gave me quite early on in my career, which was always be patient and play the long game. And I guess we're here now 20 years later and that turned out to be pretty good advice. And the next bit of advice isn't really advice, it's more of a quote that I read from a famous business book called The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and a guy called John David Mann. And it's a quote that I try to live my life by, and it says that your true worth is determined by how much more you bring in value than you take in payment. I think that is also pretty good advice that I try and live by. I'm ready. Say business less, yeah? Business, business, business. Just let me get it out. Let me get it out of my system.
That was a strong set of claps.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Known for my strong clapping. It's one of my many talents. It comes up later. You can get a small child to come and read the questions.
Exactly.
Setting the long-term strategic direction of the business. I mean, you've got to help me out here, Dee. Like, I'm so trying to be professional here right now. Like I'm the one that's meant to laugh.
It's not even that funny.
I know.
I'm laughing. What?
Business. It's all for the outtakes, isn't it?